Here we go.
Looking at the report, it looked like rent was one of the big drivers of inflation. It was up 6.2% over the course of last year. What's your analysis about why rent continues to be a driver of inflation, twice as high as average inflation? And what is your outlook for the next year when it comes to rent, particularly since mortgage rates are still so high, making it difficult for people to buy?
Yeah, so the rent affordability and housing affordability generally is an area that really is salient for a lot of households as they sit around their kitchen tables paying their bills. Housing is a big one. We are very focused on housing affordability.
Really?
We'd like to see Congress pass housing tax credits. The president has put them in his budget every year. Those have always been critical for increasing the supply of affordable rentals. We also have put forward proposals for first-generation home buyers to make that more affordable. Mortgage rates have actually come down over the last few months, so they've come down by about 1.25%. That will make a difference. But we're going to continue putting forward proposals and fighting to make housing more affordable, and we hope Republicans in Congress will work with us on that.
No!
Without that legislation, do you foresee any relief in the rental market over the next year?
Well, certainly there are a lot of forecasts that do anticipate seeing those average rents coming down, but that's not enough. We need to take action. We need Congress to work with us on that.
What did you say?
Inflation is cool, but food prices are still high. What would you say to Americans who are worried about food prices, and why do you think that the phrase Bidenomics has not caught on?
Yeah, so we are very focused on the kinds of expenditures that hardworking American families make every week. Food prices is very important. We've actually seen several categories of food prices coming down over the last year. So if you look at dairy, it's come down. If you look at fruit and vegetables, so we are very focused on grocery prices for American families, and we are actually seeing prices coming down over the year. But more generally, when we think about the incredible progress in the economy, if you look at it, employment is up. 14.3 million overall, 2.7 just the last year. Wages are up since pre-pandemic, adjusted for inflation. Wealth for the median household is up, adjusted for inflation since pre-pandemic, and small business creation is up. Those are good things, but what the president's very focused on is the hardworking American family and what their expenses look like, how much breathing room they have at the end of the month, and that's where his focus is very much on continuing to lower costs.
Good one.
Why do you think the phrasing Bidenomics has not caught on?
So I think, again, the president's economic policies are showing great results in terms of real wage gains, real employment gains, real wealth gains.
Inflation from since President Biden came into office. Overall CPI inflation is up 17.6%. Food, we're talking about, is up about 34%. Electricity is up 27%. So what's your message to Americans who are feeling this every day when they buy and use things?
Yeah, so the president's message is very much he's fighting for American consumers. He is fighting to lower costs. And you can see it on healthcare. Healthcare is one of the single most expensive thing for most Americans, and he has gotten real gains there. Insulin prices down to $35 from $400, negotiated Medicare prices, $2,000 cap on seniors' out-of-pocket costs.
At the same time frame, when President Biden came into office, real wages are down 2.5%. So people are feeling that pain a little bit.
Actually, let me just update the numbers on real wages. Real wages are up since pre-pandemic. And so,
no,
as
from
of
February of 2020.
So that's just on average hourly earnings Real wages are up over 1% for all workers, and they're up over 3% for moderate income workers.
Oh, you crazy.